Thank you all. So, welcome. We know this is a party tonight. We're going to keep our remarks very brief, but we did want to take some time to create space and center the incredible achievements and the pride that we all feel for our hermana, Dusti Gurule. So as we build up to giving her the space to talk and share some comments with all of you, we wanted to give you a little bit of background before that happens. So first of all, my name is Sonia Ulibari. I have known Dusti for over 25 years, and we have my colleague here.
We're actually on a committee together. It's called the nomination committee. We're the co-chairs of that committee. Marisol Solar Terlacher and
So again, we just want to welcome you. We want to thank you for coming, spending time with us this evening, and really, again, giving so much love to Dusti and this incredible achievement. So really quickly, I met Dusti 25 years ago. I don't know, I think that you probably remember where we first met, but I was an intern at NUSED, and Dusti was on the staff team there. And a lot of the folks that I was going to college with that were involved in NUCHA at the time were interning in different places, community organizations, and NUSED was one of those hubs. So I was an intern there, and I saw Dusti work and move and lead and challenge, and I don't even know that she knew that I was watching her do that. And then I was thinking to myself, God, I want to be like her someday, right? And little did I know that we would get the chance to integrate our lives in so many different ways through the years, and that I would get to continue to follow her lead in all that she does in community. So there are all kinds of ways that we feel connected to her, right? Through our friendships, through work opportunities, through things in community that engage us and motivate us and make us move and change. Through family relationships, both by birth and chosen family, and all the ways that this community weaves our relationships together and creates a net and a place for us to land in times that are hard and challenging, and also in times of beauty and celebration. So all those years later, as I got to follow in the footsteps of so much of what Dusti has set out to do, I know many of us can share in that experience, but we also got to do something together. We sat at a luncheon together almost 10 years ago, and we said, why don't we start a book club? And who would be in it, and what would we do, and how would we focus that time? And I think initially it was about learning and exploration. It was about challenging ourselves to continue to grow in all that we do. And little did we know that it would become a bond beyond that, right? The learning would lead to a deep love and admiration that will end up being a through line for the rest of our lives. And so in that space, we have been able to not just support each other quietly together, but also find spaces to elevate each other's work, to recognize each other's work at a time when so many women of color still go unnoticed, unappreciated, and unrecognized. And so that led us to putting together a nomination for the Colorado Women's Hall of Fame. We know that women of color and brown women continue to be underrepresented in that space. We also know that we stand on the shoulders of women like Catherine Archuleta, who's here in the space with us tonight, and who's also an inductee into the Hall of Fame. And we also know that this is not a capstone of Dusti's work, that this will continue to drive all that's ahead and the change and opportunity that she continues to create with her team and her board for all birthing people in our state. And so on that, Mari's going to share a few reasons why we thought Dusti would be an incredible nominee and also serve as an incredible representative in this space, and so I'm going to let her share that now.
Thank you. So I was trying to think of what would be the top 10 reasons why Dusti should be an inductee in the Colorado Women's Hall of Fame. But I came up with 5 because I had a lot going on. But I feel like 5 is good. So, okay. The 5th reason. She is the ultimate childless cat lady. Yeah. Number 4, she lulls you into accepting a critique as a joke with her just kidding or LOL. When she's doing her stand-up set, which I'm sure many of you have been privy to, she can bring us all to tears with our laughter, especially Perla. Her ability to make the best lasagna. And most importantly, because she's a movement builder, a loyal friend, and the co-founder of the Chicano Book Club.
Save the old one for last. I had to write mine down because I didn't want to get too emotional and then not say what I wanted to say. So, many of you know that I'm from Pueblo, and everybody always says, "Oh, did you go to North?" I'm like, "No, I'm from Pueblo." But I grew up with my maternal Mexican grandparents, and we were tight-knit. It was a barrio behind Midtown Shopping Center. I don't know if any of you get to Pueblo, but it's literally across the tracks. And there was probably about 60 of us that lived there, hijitos, and just a beautiful little village. And I really didn't know about the Chicano movement. Like, I don't know, I was just sheltered into this Mexican life, not so much the Chicano movement. And I may have heard the word Chicano a couple of times when I was a kid, but nothing, that would teach me something. And when I moved to Denver in '99, I met Dusti, and she just brought me into her family and imparted so much knowledge and experience about the movement that I almost felt like I was part of it. I felt like there was this missing piece of a puzzle to my life that I didn't know I was missing until I met her. And it was crazy because she really helped me uncover my roots of who I really was. And she brought me into her family, her mom, Tumi, her dad, Kermie, who we miss so much, and basically just, pretty much adopted me. And I became a part of this culture that reminded me of home, but we never said Chicano, it was just part of home. So she was part of my home that I just enjoyed it so much. And that was my personal part of life with Dusti. And then as a professional, I was on the board for the Latina Initiative. I'm the chair of the board for Gurule. And I've just seen her lead with a sense of purpose, and she becomes like the poster child of success for our people. And, she always talks, and I'm doing it right now, but she always talks about crying when she speaks to an audience, and something I can relate to, but I don't see it as a sign of weakness. I see it as a Chicana who is passionate about the work she does every day, day in and day out. Her love for her community and her commitment to serve our people, it is without a doubt that her dedication knows no boundaries. And I'm so grateful that she came into my life. And I'm so blessed to know her as a friend and as a sister and as a family member and book club
with passion, with creativity, and the thing that I can say most, Tipa, is that you make us proud every day. Every day. Not just winning this award, but every day leading up to this and every day after. And I love you so much.
Okay, I'll keep this brief. I just want to make 3 points. Of course I'm going to cry, so I'm not going to apologize for it. The first is gratitude. Here I go already. Gratitude for the universe, like giving me the work. Like Colot is such an amazing home for the work that I feel in my gut. Like growing up in the Chicano movement, like I knew that I needed to do something and not be weak, be bold, and like push the envelope. And I've done that in different places in all of my different jobs, so many jobs. But like I came back home because I worked for Gurule back in 2003. And now that I've almost 7 years now, I've been back. And I feel like it's the place where we all need to be, because it talks about everything that our community experiences, starting with our bodily autonomy. Well, there's nothing there anymore, but but like whether you want to have a child, whether you don't, if you do, you want to raise it without being targeted and criminalized, and all the things, all the work that we do. And my team, my beautiful team over here. Boards, like I see Carlos back there, my C3, C4 boards. Joe is new to the C4, he came back. The work that we're doing is so important because we're one of the few, we're the only multi-entity reproductive justice organization. We're the only Latina-led political organization. And we're like changing shit. So I'm grateful for the moment that we're in, because now everyone understands what's at stake. And so one of the asks that I have for everybody, and there's little QR codes on that little thing over there, is to support Colot Action Fund. We are running our own persuasion campaign to pass an abortion ballot measure in Colorado to ensure that it's legal and that it is available to people who don't have the means to pay for it themselves. And we also raise money to help cultivate and curate better decision makers, so elected officials. Like, they know we're a tough customer, and I'm like, okay, we're not going to endorse you, and here's why. But we'll endorse you because we're going to work with you, because we need people who don't take us for granted. You know? Anywho, back to gratitude. But just gratitude to my team who put up with my nonsense all the time and my pickiness, my boards who support my vision, and my mentors. Like, 2 of my mentors are here. Catherine is one of my mentors, who was my boss when I was at the Latina Initiative a long time ago. Seems so long ago, like a lifetime ago. And so thankful to all of my mentors and friends and family and community, because none of this happens in a vacuum. Like, it takes all of us to do what we do. And then my family, of course, and I'm really gonna cry. My mom and my sister, and my nephews and nieces, like, they show up for me all the time. And this, like, recognition, it's wonderful, and it still doesn't seem like it's real. Like, I feel like they're gonna be like, yes, but like, it's not the same without my brother and my dad. And I know my dad used to call me SpongeBob, because when I would get different awards, for those of you that know SpongeBob, he had a closet full of awards. Anyway, which brings me to my next point. You know, I'm like going on and on. is why celebrations are so important, because we don't know how much time we have on this planet. And my Sissy, I love you. And so that's why my cousin was like, oh, is the induction ceremony tonight? I'm like, no, it's not till March. We're having a party now because it's still fresh. And this election is so important that we're all going to be super busy, so that's why I wanted to have a little party now. And we will be celebrating on November 6th because our ballot measure is going to pass. All of you people to vote yes on issue 89 unless the number changes. And vote all the way up the ballot because we can't go back 500 years. And then the other thing is, oh wait, I already said that. I need a drink. But I'm so excited for DJ Chons because he's a homie and I love your t-shirt because I'm Chicana and maybe the first Chicana inducted to the Hall of Fame, maybe? That's why I bet some of those ladies on the board are like, ooh, maybe we should. Oh, and Mana is here. Mana was inducted. I can't remember what year. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Sign our pledge to vote for our abortion ballot measure, abortion access for all, and support our work because we're making our state better, and we need your help, and we're going to do it together. So, let's dance.